All right, YouTubers. I had some people send me some emails saying that they would like to actually have me talk. In some cases, instead of just showing what I'm doing. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to talk about one thing that is uh, just came about to me, which is the Chinese construction equipment. And I recently spoke to a friend of mine that had bought a bunch of equipment, brought it back, resold it, and made a decent profit. And talked to him about that, and decided that I was gonna, probably try to do the same. I wanted to do the same, like say, to also, add something else to the things that I do, and additional income. But also, I was going to keep some of the equipment that I've seen made over there, see YouTube videos on it or whatnot. So when I went down this rabbit hole of finding out about Alibaba.com and how the whole system works, decided to start asking for quotes. So started asking for quotes, and the quotes would come back, and the quotes were as such as it probably you still can save money, but you're saving money at a risk of getting a piece of equipment that uh, you may not like. And what I wanted to do was buy a couple different pieces of equipment, test them out, and see exactly how they operated, what was the good, the bad, and indifferent. So that way, the folks that I potentially would sell these to, I could tell them, be honest up front what I found and so on and so forth. So that way, they would know what they're getting into. Um, but I started receiving quotes, and I would venture to say probably about 98% of the things that I wanted to get quotes on, uh, the price point was to the point where I could get something here that's really nice that I could test out and make the call on whether I want to buy it or not. And I wouldn't have to go through the wait time. I wouldn't have to go through the headache of the whole freight system and so on and so forth, and any other problems that may arise from that. So uh, I got probably no less than 50 quotes on from 50 different companies, excuse me, and everybody's about the same price and pretty expensive if you want to just buy one. If you buy 10, 12, whatever the case may be, the price goes down, but uh, I don't want to buy 10 or 12 of something that uh, I don't know how it's going to react or any how problematic it is, sight unseen. So I was willing to buy one, um, but the price point of both is still going to be cheaper than what you'd have here. Of course, you just have different things that you'd have to look into. Like say, I didn't buy anything, so I can't tell you the process. I can't tell you uh, good stories about buying from over there or bad because I haven't made a purchase. I did find some electric bikes, and they quoted me a price, and I was going to buy them. And then right before I got ready to pay with PayPal, they tell me, "Oh, you do know that these bikes are secondhand." Well, no, I didn't know it, but if they're secondhand and I'm paying pretty much, I'd say half, uh, what's the point of me buying them? So I didn't get them. So I digress. Um, I have a philosophy that if I pay half for something, I might as well just pay 100% and get it with warranty, so on and so forth. And it's only on certain things. Like say, if I get a $100,000 piece of equipment for 50,000 and it's used and it's in decent shape, of course I'm not going to spend another 50,000 to get a brand new one. Just depends on what it is. But back to the Chinese equipment. The Chinese equipment I see online, like say they show the quirks or the little problematic issues that it has, um, and for a certain price, I'd be willing to deal with the problems that come arise and fix it, see if I can change it and make it better. But right now, um, with the prices that they are asking for the equipment, uh, there's no way. I would even dabble or buy a piece or whatever the case may be. The price point is just too high. There's going to be people that are going to say, no, it's still cheap. And you're right, it is still cheap, but it's cheap. I don't know what I'm getting, sight unseen. And it's to the point where, personally, um, I'm not a millionaire or anything like that, but it's at the point now, the prices are at the point where it's not really advantageous to go that route. And if the tariffs go through, not getting political, but there's talk of, tariffs being higher and so on and so forth. If they go up, you're probably not going to see very many Chinese pieces of equipment here um, if those tariffs go through. Uh, because if they jack up their prices anymore to offset the tariffs, it's not going to be worth it. You might save 1,000, 2,000, but you might get a lot more frustration along with it, or longer waits, or what have you. Like I say, I haven't bought anything, so I can't swear to it. This is just my personal thoughts on that. So, that being said, does anybody out there, or has anybody out there, decided to uh, try to see if they can get some Chinese equipment and get quotes or whatever the case may be to ship straight from the manufacturer? There's a couple different folks around that sell that equipment in the area that I'm in, and I'm pretty sure there's probably some in the area that you're in, or on Marketplace, Facebook, or something of nature. But uh, I, I'm just personally shocked at how uh, the invoices that I personally seen that some people had bought some a while back. The prices were compared to now. Of course, everybody knows everything's higher now, but uh, I just can't see it for what you're getting. Like say, one thing that I really was hoping that I get a good price on was the mini skid steer with tracks. I'd like to have one of those because the models that they have stump grinders, they have the um, uh, ditch witch. Can't think of what it's called now, but anyway, to dig holes for lines like water, electric, whatever the case may be, um, and had like a soil leveler, uh, a bush hog, and a post hole digger, and that's something that I could actually use instead of going to buy a Toro, or I think Bobcat makes one, and spend a whole lot of money. Um, but that's one thing that I think that I really would like to have had. The uh, mini excavators, I can use them and probably do a little bit of work with it, but the 1 ton, I think they have a point eighth of a ton. Those tiny ones, they're just so small, and the weight on them, you can't really do anything with them as far as if you want to put a grapple on it and pick up logs or something like that to cut firewood. Of course, you can't. Um, pick up but so much. But they would be okay to have. But the quotes that I were getting, it was like 3,000, 3,500 for the baby one, and I was like, nah, that's not really something I want to put $3,500 into for it to sit there when I can't really do much with it. There's going to be people out there that are going to say, no, that's a good price. That's a good price. It's a lot cheaper than buying the mainstream cat or what have you. And you're probably right. But I personally don't do a lot of work where it would be advantageous for me to have a baby excavator. Would I buy one? Sure, if it's 1,500 to my door, 1,800, maybe even 2,000, I'd buy it. Um, but there's a point where you have to say, no, I'm not going to buy it. It's going to sit most of the time, blah, 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 blah. Something else that has to have a battery, something else that have to do maintenance on. Um, so no, I wouldn't like that. What I would like to have had is, I knew it'd be a substantial bit more, and I was prepared for what I thought was the pricing, but like a 4 ton excavator, that's what I really want. I could do a lot of stuff with the 4 ton. But at this point, all that's going to be on hold. I am going to probably end up buying a smaller excavator, not a 1 ton or anything like that, but a larger size. Um, so, like I say, if you got a topic you want me to talk about, we'll talk about it. If you got something to say on the Chinese uh, excavators or anything you want to talk about, drop me a line and we'll talk about it. I may start going live. Some of my family members asked me to go live and talk about different things like farm wise or business wise or working on old equipment or anything like that. Hunting, whatever. If there's anything you want to talk about, let me know and we'll talk about it. All right, going inside. Time to eat.